P90.
Okay,
Charging
Tyra.
out into,
Why is that even
into
equipped?
this bomb site. Yeah, I just very, very bizarre to see this gun. In my mind, John, it only means one thing. And it's a BM situation. The Violet still finds two. Brings this one into a doable situation, but Lunari is down to just 21 health, and I don't really think that I fancy her chances considering Tyra is here on the flank, maybe even considering a knife. Knows that she's gone up in the ladder here. Will continue this lurk in. He's just going to continue to walk all the way up. Switches back over the P90 and ends the round. But, you know, for a full eco, pretty ugly for In Control. But I think in their mind, they're just happy with the round.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly content to get that round on the side of In Control. Hasn't been easy in the first two. It lost 3 bodies both times. Now GK will have the guns up. Aylor on the MP and the Mac 10, excuse me. And then you still have Tyra on the MP9, so you'll probably want to see a quicker play if you're In Control. Moving up aggressively to close the gap for those SMGs to strike. And that is exactly the case. They go in towards connector. That Molotov's not going to help their pathing. They have to wait for it to burn away, although it does ensure that no one is behind the left corner. So they know that. They can toss the other one in towards jungle as they continue to move forward into A.
It looks like they want to consider splitting in there, but they've also gotten up Cat. Basically, whatever kill presents itself here, Scorchy will continue to escort himself up the catwalk. Violet's been spotted out with that AWP, but now they want to commit into this B bomb site, knowing that it's just Violet, and that nade completely messes up her aim.
Punch, yeah.
That's amazing work there from JS Feltner. Texas and Kevin both hopelessly out of position with that cat lurk. Aylor is upgraded to an A4 as well to make matters worse. But he does go down, so there's a consideration of maybe going for it, but JS Feltner trained in off the catwalk and nails 2 shots in quick succession.
Alrighty. In Control. Cruise to a 3-0 lead. That was against the guns in that previous round, of course, and now it's just back to the eco for GK. They keep getting kills, at the very least, do GK, and they're keeping the economy honest on In Control side as a result, but eventually it feels like this one could snowball out of their favor, especially considering, like, yes, you're getting kills, but you're not getting rounds. Eventually something's got to give if they want to have any type of success here. Violet's going to get one with the 5-7, immediately cleaned out by JS Feltner. Back and forth they go, though, and Gadfly gets 2 huge ones with the 5-7. Now we'll pick up the op and get a 3rd. What a play by Gadfly to try to fade off. Almost gets the 4th on towards Aylor. He's in a very difficult spot now. He has to decide, what do I do here? Do I go straight for the site? He is going to go straight for the site. Knows that there's a player to his left. Knows that there's also there's one on the stairs. So he's got all the information. But now it's about piecing that together. There's the first. Not the second. Lunari with the USP. And a surprise round victory. Lunari putting a little bit of BM on top there. But a surprise victory there for GK.
Yeah, I mean, this is what can happen when, you know, your overconfidence gets to you. Because to me, that was overconfidence. Overfacing a 5-7 at close range with no utility to back you up. Get the rounds done. You know, even if you have to do it by the book, do it by the book. But In Control gives a little bit of room over to their opponents here. Now have to make it work with the pistols, and that's a gorgeous flash, an absolutely gorgeous flash. But look at Texas on the other end. Finds a triple off a catwalk, still puts us into a 2-on-2. Figured out where this B anchor has gone off to, but Lunari can't hold in or spray. I think Kevin's in a 1-on-2. He's got to hightail it over the catwalk, but this is going to be a tough one to piece together, John.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy for Kevin. That's, you know, it's such a great play from Texas to get those 3 frags, and then after that, to see it kind of all fall apart is a bit of a shame. Ayano gets the spot. He is going to get tagged down to 6. Lucky to be alive, honestly, and then finishes the job himself, refacing up against Kevin and surviving with only 6 points of health to get In Control up to 4.
MVP of that round's got to be that flashbang in a con. Once that comes through, I mean, sure, Texas gets his 3, but you've basically cut the map in half at that point, segmented the 2 anchors, and everything is very simple workings there for In Control. Switches up for GK. Og for Lunari. Wants to opt in for, I mean, I suppose an easier spray in some ways. But it's aggression from Violet into the A main side of things, and Kevin's hoping that that A4 could help alongside it, but only some auxiliary damage. Split looking nasty here for this A site, and Violet on that AWP is completely blindsided. Gadfly supposed to be watching it, but can't even hold the angle either.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Like, you can't leave Violet just hanging out there, hanging to dry towards the A site, and you're supposed to be watching and ensuring that she's safe. That's a tough one. So In Control, we'll get a 5th round. Lunari and Texas opting to save here towards the B site. Not much of a chance for them to get back in, and they don't have the kits either. As it will be 5-1 for In Control once this bomb detonates.
Lord will look for something, and actually you've got this Mac-10 and Tyra also in the vicinity. Texas has to fire off his gun. So the T's will converge, but Handler is really the only one nearby, and he goes down. So In Control will not be able to take away those guns, and so Lunari and Texas will have an opportunity to get a bit more involved into this defense. And GK, they're getting into that territory where they've just got to purchase every round considering they have max loss bonus, and that is what they'll do. MP7 for Kevin and a FAMAS for Violet, sure, but you've still got 3 rifles and you've still got a bit of bite to this round to try and pull things back.
Kevin going to get flashed out here, but not effectively enough. Tyra has full visibility there, takes care of the shots. And I mean, In Control at this stage, having gotten that one, are in a call for their B lurks to rotate over. JS Feltner and Aylor coming through towards mid. Oh my goodness, Gadfly couldn't see a single thing. She falls. 5v3 in favor of In Control, who just continue to piece things together so effectively. At least Violet gets one. She's honestly been the most potent piece here so far for GK, but the nade and the bullets take care of business. Again, she's on an island without any support. And now the bomb will be planted here on this A site. Lunari and Texas maybe on another mission to save again.
These con splits have been so deadly for In Control. It feels like the main prong of the attack is able to get one, sure, but the decisive blows keep coming in through con every which way, and it just GK does not have a response, or quite seriously an awareness that these con wraps are happening. It feels like either they're happening too quick for them to respond, or they're just not equipped to deal with it. Either way, they've got to have a bit more snappier of a decision from their cat player, and maybe a little bit more support from a player up through jungle.
Maybe shore up that A site defense a little bit more, as it appears to be continually abused by In Control. I mean, I say that, but they've also gone B and done just as well. So GK, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say what they need to do. It just feels like they're outmatched right now. Scorchy along with Tyra going towards the apartments initially, but now Tyra is spread out, or split off from that. And the rest of the squad will head in towards the B site. It might be a quick one too. I'm not sure. Violet is waiting here with the AWP, but they're probably going to toss this util and just go straight for it.
Violet is glass cannon on this AWP. Flash does not hit her, so she can fire off very simply. And In Control are a bit unrelenting here. They want to still fight forward, especially because they've got a player up cat. Gadfly goes down.
Helps.
And Violet will truly be strapped for a comfortable position, and she tries to play ahead and falls straight away. Aim punch dealing with Texas in spades, hoping to see if he can land a headshot somewhere, but a body shot will do. Tyra falls. Still a doable 2-on-2 as this cat flank comes very quickly. But Taylor finds the kill that he was looking for, and now Kevin has to give up his position. Should be an over and done with type of case. In control, continue their winning ways, continue to rack up rounds on this T side, John.
And I mean, like GK also continuing to get kills, right? Like you're looking at the money for In Control, 7-1 lead, but they've got JS Fountain. They're spending down to only $50 remaining in the bank account. I mean, certainly it's not terrible, but it's for the rest of the players. But still, there's something to be said about GK's resilience at the very least to be able to string some kills together time and time again. All right. Let's get back into it though. Round number 9. They like getting kills, but they love getting rounds. So obviously that's what they want to be able to achieve. And Gadfly with an opener. That helps with Scorchy gets the immediate trade. Violet will go back and find Scorchy. So 4v3 in favor of GK. This could be their second round victory coming together.
Watch this player in window though. Wrapping into the spawn.
Oh yeah.
But the difference is though, is the bomb has been dropped in mid. So this wrap into B is going to be really awkward. He's going to have to clear out all of bench, and he's going to have to flank through cat, essentially, to make this one work. But look at all this proactivity from GK. You've got a player in apps, 2 players pushed up mid. So Ainu has got to do a lot of work here on his own, hoping that there's some bit of aggression from Lunari to maybe punish. But nothing coming just yet. JS Follner actually decides to move back into market, so not really sure what he wants to get up to here. Maybe go back in a window? Yeah, that looks like the name of the game here. But everyone's gone. Everyone's backed up in a con specifically. So all this activity from JS Feldner has been pretty much useless. And as soon as he fires off a shot here, he's going to get swung by the CT player. The CT player doesn't swing out. So JS Feldner has a little bit more room, but Lunari finally can activate from T-Apps, and they get it done. But In Control still do some fair bit of damage there on the way out.
And this is where all of that, speaking of damage, that the GK has done throughout the entirety of these 9 rounds is finally going to pay dividends, right? You're looking at In Control. After just losing that one, they don't really have a proper buy-up in place. They will be going for a force regardless. An MP7, 3 Tech 9s, and a Galil. And I mean, the way they played so far, I wouldn't necessarily doubt that they can pull this off, but it's a chance for GK to actually get themselves back into this map right here.
Yeah, very important round. To convert for the Girl Kissers. Aggression in from Violet up on ladder, but she's got to go above and beyond here. It's just her. It's a wrap from JS Feldner through market.
Okay.
Yeah.